ladies and
Hello.
gentlemen. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. Well, we are in the next episode, but unfortunately, I had a little bit of a technical error last time, and because of that, only recorded myself speaking. And since I don't want to subject the general public to just hearing my voice for 3 hours, I think we got it fixed. So, does anybody, for a Benny, want to give a recap of what happened last time?
We came upon a town that was being overrun by was like zombie-like creatures, or
Mm-hmm.
and then there was one that was a huge amalgamation of hideous creatures. One great big one that we managed to finally take care of. Went into town that we were contracted to go to and find out if we could help them, and they were trying to put on trial a war witch or a battle witch,
Combat Witch, yeah.
combat witch, right? And so we investigated the town, trying to find out what happened and how to follow the rules of the land, laws of the land as best we can to give this trial, the witch a fair trial, despite the best, the desire of the townspeople for immediate revenge. The problem was solved for us when another witch showed up and obliterated her and started a raid on the village, which we helped defend from.
Alrighty.
And one of the witches who had betrayed the others has actually is attempting to reform.
Right.
Uh,
So, trying to escape. They
yeah.
they have a pretty rough culture as to how they recruit.
Yes. They the nab young girls for the training, and for every girl they take, they kill a boy or something.
Yeah, it's their concept of balance.
Yeah, pretty twisted.
Um, Alrighty. And we had a time skip after that, so you were all made patrons of the town, which means that you get room and board for free. And it also means that you get a chance to work in the town and make money. And so let's deal for turn order. And let's ask ourselves for the past couple of days, what has everybody been doing? Let's deal one card. Maxine, you are first. What
Yes.
have you been doing in the town of Hazelcrest?
Um, Following her primary programming, her core mission to
Mm-hmm.
to to educate and properly raise up children. And of course, she was actually created for some nobility. So these peasant children are getting a crash course on how to properly deport yourselves as a young noble child.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's still artificial intelligence, so there's some rigidity in her programming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and although the parents may like it, that she's bringing some gentle discipline and proper governance
Mm-hmm.
to help the children out. But the kids probably are just like, oh man, not again, another another posture lesson.
Mm-hmm.
uh, how to properly greet other nobles, and the proper bow or curtsy and
Alrighty.
that sort of thing.
So, Mayor Bones actually really likes this idea because he wants to have Hazelcrest move away from the traditions of the vampires because before the church came in, this was actually a vampire controlled territory. So he
Right.
elected workmen to build a school, and as per the rules, they're going to be paying you a stipend. So we'll be using common knowledge
Okay.
to roll for how much you earn as a governess or as a teacher. Okay.
All right.
And I've got the map with the schoolhouse ready for you. Radek, what have you been doing in the time since the whole incident?
Well, Raddick isn't the most personable of sorts, so he's been pretty much sticking out behind the schoolhouse, letting Maxine grab most of the attention and tried to fly under the radar. Although he does get in trouble once in a while when there's, a minor explosion or strange colored smoke rising out of the shack back in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Lately, he's been working on creating gadgets out of some of the recyclables, which doesn't help with the smell either. But yeah, he's mostly just been tinkering in his workshop, and uh, occasionally there'll be a bright light or a strange darkness, or uh, maybe even a clockwork attendant seen moving about.
Okay, well, that sounds fun. And you got a Benny for that.
Thank you.
Alrighty. And, Buratino. Is that how I say it?
Buratino.
Buratino. So,
Cestopino Paradiso.
please regale us with the stories of your travels, young man. We are interested to find out who you are.
Yes, I am looking for my father, Giuseppe, and I have come to town and I saw this school. I knew my father would want me to be engaged in school. He does not want me to be, um, running away. But I cannot find him, and so I've been looking for him. And this wonderful lady, she has so many excellent uh, teachings on how to behave as a young gentleman, which my father would want me to do. So
Yes, of
I
course.
have been
Please.
following the schools around.
All right. That that sounds a good. Burrito, I have to say that some of the children they're not so nice to you. They might pick on you and they might say things to you that are not nice things to say. But that is kids, right?
I will try to rein that in as much as I'm able when I see it.
Alrighty. Okay. All right. Well, everybody has got a penny, and we will clear the turns. All right. We begin today at the schoolhouse, since everybody goes there. The kids are sort of running around talking. Maxine, Radek, you go there, and you will see that a new student has arrived. That will be Boratino,
Oh,
and I'll let everybody get a chance to speak to one another.
I don't see his character.
Yes. A little standoffish. He usually just follows at the back.
Oh, there you are.
Hmm.
Good morning, children. Good morning. It seems that we have a new student today. Please welcome in the proper manner. And she gestures to him.
One of the kids, one of the twins, will come up and he'll spit in his hand and he'll say, "Oi there! My name's Tommy. This is my brother Timmy. Nice to meet you."
Tommy, no, that's not the way handshake is to be done.
Right then, sorry, Miss
Please.
Maxine. Good day to you, proper sir. How do you do?
This is Bertino Giuseppe Paradiso.
Bernardino Giuseppe Paradino. Just a very
Paradiso.
Paradiso.
Paradisi.
Paradiso.
Oi,
Um,
oi
it,
there, Timmy.
it is.
Don't try to say it.
It's good. Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, I'm just glad so that me pa doesn't have me cleaning out the cesspit today. He says You and your brother go, and you got to get a proper schooling, else you'll be shoveling for the rest of your life.
Tommy, remember your grammar.
Right then, you'll be shoveling. And he's just gonna look up at Miss Maxine and be like, "Boy, there, Tim, I'm telling you, it's so hard not to say it. I never thought it would be this hard."
That's quite all right. Some of these things take time to learn.
Yeah, right then. Well, I'm glad to be learning them. Okay. Like, and the girls are like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's Italian."
They have Italy in this world?
No, but they're in the movies or the books.
Oh, that's right. This is post-apocalyptic Earth, isn't it?
Yeah. It gets a little wonky what's actually here.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I will start, ushering them inside for their morning lessons.
All right. So, like, the boys are happy because they don't have to, like, you know,
Oh
shovel.
yeah,
Yeah, like they got to do manual labor.
work in the fields and stuff.
Well, everybody's got to work in the
Yeah.
fields, but like, the boys have to be like chimney sweeps and like pick up horse droppings and all that jazz.
Oh
So,
yeah.
like,
Come along, Bertino.
mm-hmm.
And I will offer my hand to him and take him inside.
Alrighty. Okay.
He keeps his hands like uh, together, and he says, "Pardon, Signora. I I do not like to touch.
Oh, very well
I
then.
will follow."
Noted. Which begins today's lesson, starting with math, everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy's like, right then, I talked with me pa about that
I,
math.
I talked with my father.
Yeah, right
She
then.
holds up a finger. I talked with my father.
See, Tim, that's how you do it. I talk with me father.
My father.
Talk with my father. Don't try it, Tim. You ain't got it. About the lesson we had the other day, wherein the fella had like 20 apples and he ate them all, and
hmm
me pa was like, "Well, I suppose he got a bit of heartburn by the end, didn't he?"
Possibly. In a situation like that, eating 20 apples would be difficult on the digestion.
Oh, I suppose so, but I mean,
But
if
it's
you
it's
really,
it's merely to illustrate. It's merely to illustrate a mathematical point.
yeah, right.
These stories aren't meant to be taken literally.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I figured that'd be a lot of nice to have that many apples. All right,
Perhaps.
Raddick, what are you doing while all this is going on?
Being exceptionally glad that he doesn't have to go to school anymore. He's watching these kids pile into this schoolhouse, shakes his head, and walks back into his workshop.
Mm-hmm.
He's keeping an ear out for any jobs to clean up, but he has experiments to run,
Mm-hmm.
science to be done.
Speaking of which, like your giant plant monster in the back is wondering
I
when
was
you're
wondering what Audrey 2 was doing there.
gonna. So.
Well, Audrey has been very helpful with, helping process some of the materials.
Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, can I have some sunlight, please? I mean, I just need something to eat, please.
So
Hey,
Reg will go ahead and check through some of the materials he's recycled and go ahead and open up the roof over his room and attempt to work on like a greenhouse roof.
Oh, that's pretty good. I appreciate that. Hey, I was thinking, you know what would be really nice? Maybe it could help me grow a bit more is if you got me some birds. Delicious little birdies.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not asking for children. Just a few little bit of flying little birdies. They just go flap, 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 flap. It might save on cleaning up some of the town. I mean, they just make everywhere. They got no respect for your stuff. I think you should let me eat them.
I believe you may be onto something.
Yeah,
Perhaps
yeah.
I'll leave a hatch here in the roof so that they can enter
Hey, and
easily.
I'm told that if you smear some peanut butter around here, that'll bring the rats and I'd be okay taking care of some of your rat problems.
Hmm.
Next thing
I
you know,
suppose
he'll
I
want to
could.
buy a cat, then the dogs, and then the leopards, and then a bear, and then an elephant, and then we get back to the rats. So
Mm-hmm.
Right. Uh, I
it's
may
still like
have
a
an
little
idea.
vibe.
And Radic will go ahead and create a gadget to cast light. Uh, Not only facing down on Audrey, but shining out of the little, like, the bat houses.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like that. So, at night, it also attracts whatever critters and whatnot. And then he'll also go ahead and dump some of his uh, recycled meat.
That's pretty good. You know, those zombies you fed me last week, they were delicious.
Oh, I do need those bones, please.
There you go.
Perfect.
It might be a little squishy.
Mm-hmm. I got a few
As long as they're cleaned.
Oh, I cleaned them up real nice. Made them shiny.
Excellent. And he'll go ahead and process, you know, he's got a couple sacks of body parts and various chunks of meat from different sources.
Mm-hmm.
And Clockwork Attendant will be there helping sort and, chop up the larger pieces so they can be processed faster.
Mm-hmm.
And just chucking meat at Audrey.
Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom. Yep. So Audrey's just gonna be eating. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna grow big and strong.
Eat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me see here. Did I even like? Did I get that attendant? Okay, back to the schoolhouse for a minute. All right, Maxine, are you still just teaching?
Yo, Maxine, looking for my
You
papa.
should call it Master Paradiso.
Master Paradisi, which is actually the official way of doing it. Yes.
Yep. I'm sorry, what was your question?
He says, my note. He says, "Can you help me find Dorothy? Um, can you help me find Baba Giuseppe Paradisium? He is my papa."
Certainly, we can look for him.
Is there somewhere in town I might be able to look for him?
There is, but not at the moment. Right now, it's close. It's school time.
Yes, senor. He sits back down very quietly and meekly.
I have
about his
some compatriots who may be able to assist you. But now, please put your attention towards your worksheet.
It's like, like one of the girls is like, what is wrong with him? He just seems so
Patience is a
odd.
virtue.
Oh, my. Alright, so one of the girls is like, oh, what is wrong with him? He just seems so odd.
He is frightened and alone, and is unable to find his father.
Oh
A
my.
little empathy would do you well, Mary Beth.
But why does this? Why can't he find his father? Like, did he leave? Like,
That is something we'll have to find out.
Excuse me. Is her name Becky?
Mary Beth, not Becky. Becky's my sister.
Oh, is your mother named Karen?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. What? What? What is it to you? Like,
Have you seen my Baba Giuseppe?
no, I
He
haven't.
is a great toy maker.
Oh, toys are for kids.
But he makes such a wonderful toys.
Ew. You're weird.
Oh no,
What?
be nice to each other.
He's weird. Like he just got here. Why am I here? Why can't I just be at home?
Yes, why are you here? You should go home.
See, he agrees with me, Miss Maxie.
Your parents wish for you to be here.
Because I cannot stand you. You'll be home anymore.
To become educated.
The mayor is making us
Yeah.
come here. He thinks we need to be here because he thinks we need to learn all the stuff you gotta say.
Well, that's true. You must learn how to comport yourselves properly, as young ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
And part of that is education. And much of that is learning how to interact with each other properly.
Mm-hmm.
Not all that comes to the mind must be said. Although your opinion is important. You must be careful not to hurt others.
Alright, so she's just gonna like tune out and,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Alright, so the day
And of
goes.
course, I myself lack the skills of a good teacher, but Maxime does not.
Alright,
I'm trying.
so give me a common knowledge roll and let's review how exactly you make money. Let's see. Alright.
A
I look
5.
lost and alone and very little. People just give me money.
Alright, so let's check this out.
Please,
I got
sir,
a
may I
5.
have a bowl of porridge?
Mm-hmm.
May I have some more?
Of course, Maxime is not unmoved by Giuseppe's plight, but she's definitely going to help. I assume that we've been here. We've known each other for at least a couple of days, or is this like your first day here? Or?
I was here when you got here, but
Okay,
I'm new to the class.
so she would have definitely been helping. Ask around and try to find out, where you're from and who your father actually is, and if you remember your town or anything like that, or the last time you saw your father, or do you have a mother? So she'd be trying to find out. I mean, she wouldn't be. She's not totally uncaring.
He says, yeah, my babo, his name is Giuseppe Paradisio.
Mm-hmm.
No place to put money.
Oh, actually, you do. You have your bag, right?
Well, I mean, on the character sheet.
Actually, yeah, you do have a place to put money. Let's take a look here. Maxine?
It should be under your toughness and all that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Load.
I've got the character sheet.
Miscellaneous.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yep.
Okey-doke.
Did you spend all your money from last time?
No, I haven't really spent anything. I'm kind of like Anders. I don't see a lot of need for gear at the moment. But if I find something interesting, I may get something.
All right, cool deal. All right, well you got that.
Mhm.
And Radek, uh, you're working on inventions, right? Were you going to sell any of these inventions?
He can make like lights and whatnot, but mostly his thing is cleaning up.
Mm-hmm.
So taking care of roadkill and composting. So maybe he sells like fertilizer.
All right. And fertilizer is very important. So let's see, what skill would you use for that? Like, do you have science or do you have? Everybody has common knowledge of you.
Hey, just know the horse apples.
Well, I'll be mostly using his weird science,
All right, go ahead and roll that.
but
You guys are gonna be rich at some point. This is gonna be ridiculous. All right, 200.
cool.
Add that to your sheet. Um, as that's going along, the school day ends and the work day ends, and since you
Senor, he's magical. He's selling murder for cash.
someone from the town, a messenger, will come and inform you both. Radek, they don't go into your workshop. They kind of like peek in through the door and are like, Mr. Radek, sir, something's happening in the town you might want to know about.
Ooh.
You
And,
require my assistance.
um, I just thought maybe you'd want to know about what's happening down in the town. Might,
What is happening down in the town?
um, well, somebody new came in.
Is his name Giuseppe?
Burrito, if you and Maxine want to be around, they would have like contacted you too. But
Yeah.
it's like, uh,
Burrito.
Buratino.
Buratino, yeah,
Buratino.
yeah. It's like,
You can call me Giuseppe. Giuseppino.
It may be worth a look. It may be worth a look, Master Paradiso.
he's he's a machine person. If you wanna see him, he's not. I don't quite know who he's supposed to be, but
I don't assume that describes your father, does it, Master Paradiso?
No, my father, he makes the puppets and toys.
Well,
oh
it's
jeez,
it's Morty.
oh
Well, come along then.
oh jeez,
Now,
Mr. Raddick, I don't really want to be a part of this crazy experiment. I just needed to tell you that some sciencey stuff was happening in town. This is just a cameo. Please don't sue us.
quick adventure in out 20 minutes.
Oh, I did not have control of that situation. We could have died.
Now, if you wish to come along, Mr. Paradiso, you may, but at the first sign of trouble, I want you out of danger, okay?
Yes, of course, the senor. See.
Raddick stops, looks at his bone horror, decides, and last time it didn't work out so well when he walked into town with that. So he'll bring one of his attendants,
Mm-hmm.
And we will go.
and he's got like this sandwich board sign says, look for the toy maker. But he doesn't have a picture or anything, so it almost looks like a warning.
Look out for the toy maker.
Right. But he'll signal over to Maxine, and then once she knows what's going on, lead the way or follow.
I've heard what you have heard. Apparently, it's not. Apparently, it is not the toy maker we're looking for. But we'll see.
Okay. All right. So, if you go into town, you come by the magic store. It's freshly been built. Anna is actually running it since she's the most magically inclined person in town. She's
Mhm.
had some time where she started up her messenger business, and being able to fly around helped her out to get the seed money to invest in this. And for the most part, she's been a really pleasant person to deal with. So the town likes her, but they're still a little bit weary of her. You have the general store over here. You have the jail up there. And then, of course, you have the town hall where Mayor Bones and Father Parosia are meeting with the guest.
Okay.
So, if you wanted to head that way, you get a chance to meet the guest as well.
I remember.
Braddock sticks to like the sides and whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
stays out of underfoot. He's still a bit of an outsider, at
Yep.
least in his own mind.
Yeah.
All right. Bertino, I suspect you're going with Maxine.
Yes, I'm trying to find me on the screen. What's with the deer at the top of the screen?
That's part of the encounter later.
Okay.
Oh dear.
All right. So as you get
I'm,
in,
I'm logged as a player now. Yeah, I'm a player.
yep.
She will properly announce everyone as they enter.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Master Buratino Giuseppe Paradiso,
mm-hmm.
Mr.
Just a
Radek,
pee, no?
Radek, and his attendant,
Mm-hmm.
and I am Maxime. And she gives the proper curtsy. It's a pleasure
Signora
to make your
Maxine.
acquaintance.
Signora Maxine, it's a Buratino Giuseppino Paradisio. Giuseppe is my father. My papa.
Okay. Roll me persuasion to see if that helps out with the disposition. And anybody that wants to assist can.
What do we see in the room?
When you come in, of course, you see this is Mayor Hieronymus Bones.
Where does he have his blade drawn?
And then, of course, you also have Father Parosia, who is part of the friendlier version of the church, and they are talking with a large metallic man with glowing eyes, and he appears to be wearing like sort of a battered leathery priest robe, and there is a gigantic war club, just
Subo.
yeah, Kasubo Kanabo, just clinging from his side there. So he turns and he looks at you. And Maxine, you did improve his disposition. He will politely bow. And he says, "Good day to you, Madame. I am the cleric de la Guerce. I am of the machine." I have come on the behalf as a representative of the church to ensure that the standards of the city are brought into uh, the nature, the purposes of purifying. Yes, yes.
I am a facer.
We must be ever vigilant to prevent the encroachment of evil and to remove the taint of the vampire's ideologies from this place.
But we are certainly attempting our level best. I am assisting to educate the next generation of villagers.
I am most appreciative of that. Please, I ask this of you that in the process of education, that you teach them to remain kind to one another and to be ever vigilant against the temptations of power.
Of course.
Hmm. Right. Okay. So, as you can see here, I will be remaining in the village for some time to ensure that the village does not fall into sacrilege. And you can see Bones has sort of got his arms folded and he's kind of nodding. Peroche has got this like worried look on his face. Uh,
Senora, maybe you can help me. I'm looking for my Papa, Giuseppe Paradiso.
he's
Have
a,
you found him?
he's going to get down on one knee and like, does Buratino speak Italian?
Yeah.
He's actually going to be speaking Italian to you, so I'll drop the accent for that. It's like, who is your papa again?
Giuseppe Paradiso.
Giuseppe Paradisio. That name sounds so familiar. Let me think, let me think. I certainly hope I was kind to your father if I came across him. What is he like, young man?
He's very old. He has a bushy mustache, and he likes to work with his hands to make toys and dolls and automatons. They can do many wondrous things.
Mm-hmm. The church could use a man like that. I hope that he is a noble soul.
Yes, yes.
Let's see. The name, it does sound familiar. Did he pass through or near Orleans recently?
I do not know. I went out late one night and got in some trouble, and when I came home, he was gone. There was a note saying he would be looking for me.
Hmm. You should have stayed home, young man. If he was looking for you, then eventually he would have had to come home to see you.
Yes, I thought so as well, but I waited and he never came. So
Hmm.
I think he might be in the trouble.
I will keep an eye out for him. Giuseppe Baratino?
Paradiso.
Giuseppe Paradiso. All right. Yes, and your name is Baratino.
My name is Beratino. Giuseppino Paradiso.
Young Master Paradiso. I will be on the look for him. I will see. Do you see my vestige, Master Paradiso? We are going in an opposite path, you see. You want to be a boy. You want to be made of flesh, yes?
I am a boy. My father, he said he'd give me a body.
Yes, so you
Hmm.
do want to be a flesh, yes?
Yes, yes.
But I began in flesh, and through my dedication I have begun to shed the weakness. The machine, it pulses through me, it makes me stronger, it gives me armor, it gives me strength. You should dedicate yourself to the machine like I have, and you will grow strong enough to find your father and to punish the people who have chastised him.
Father, he's a good man. He never hurt nobody.
No, your father won't hurt anybody, I know this. But somebody might hurt him. And you will want to, and he pats the club at his side, let them know they can't get away with that.
There's someone hurt my papa.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you are wrong.
Right. It's like, okay. It's like, we'll be on the lookout for him. If we find him, I will tell you. In the meantime, if you want to study under a cleric on the Grand Machine, you should look me up. I will teach you what I know.
Well, he said education is very important, and I should go to school every day.
Do that.
So I will do that when I look for him.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So, does anybody have any questions about the church? And yes, you're correct. He is in fact a machine zealot. Does anybody have any questions for the cleric?
We were told to come see you with some degree of urgency. Is there a situation that needs to be addressed?
Uh, Bones is gonna raise an eye and look over at Perosha, and Perosha's got a sort of surprised look, and Bones is gonna say, "Well, Father, these are the defenders of the town, so if there's any problems with the vampires, these are the people that you should get to assist you." And he's going to nod at that. He's like, "Good to know. I'm glad there are good souls." And then he's going to look back at Radek, and he's just going to be like, "I'm
Okay, souls.
fairly decent souls here to defend the town."
Holes, gotcha.
All right, and
Right, Raddick just kind of leans there.
What was Craig's character? What's the name of his order or whatever?
he's
Vlad or
he's Vlad. It's probably a good thing he's not here because they aren't
Well, let's talk about
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're. All right, so you got the Venator, who are the like tribes that joined, but Craig is part of the group that didn't join, so he would be.
Okay.
Yeah, he's missing out, man. Like he had this like great chance to
right.
just be like. But anyway, so if anybody's got questions about.
It's kind of a thing. People always miss the session where their character would be the most important.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's just how it works.
Well, I mean, like we've got a criminal, like we've got a member of like the Golden Circle, we've got like barbarians. Like right now, Radek's like the only one that he could really like lean into, but says, all right.
Yeah, but Raddick brought a attendant carrying both bags that don't give a damn.
Yeah. He's got so much. All right.
All out of fucks, but don't have any. Don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Right.
Oop, pardon my language.
It's a recession.
This economy.
Well, all right.
So just kind of engage him in conversation, try to get to know him a little bit. If he's going to be in town, it would be be helpful to know about him. Try to find out more about his actual mission. What his methods and means are, that sort of thing. Kind of feel him out a little bit.
My methods, and he looks down at his club, are to use strength. I am the hammer, and the world has provided me with nails. Perosha just kind of rolls his eyes at that.
Yeah.
He's not the only one.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. Greg mentally rolls his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He's learned by now just to keep a straight face. And
right.
his internal dialogue, on the other hand.
Was it specifically the recent incursion of the witches that brought you here, or is there some other purpose for this immediate meeting?
We are in a contested area, and this particular town was recently claimed by lands of the church. Because of this, I am here to ensure that it remains in the hands of the church. We do not wish the vampires to reclaim it. We want to push back against them. Unfortunately, some of the town is not made of human stock, and so they will have to go as well.
What?
Humans get to stay, not humans don't get to stay.
It's not to feel like a very Christian thing to do.
Um, he's just gonna look down at you and be like, and he's just gonna shrug. It's gonna like, well, you know, humans and the machine are the chosen, and the dragons and the lizards, they are not the chosen, so they gotta go.
Hardly seems fair. This is their home.
Yeah, but we are claiming their home because they did not help the humans when the vampires were eating them. So they get to stay with the vampires, and we get to live here. And he's gonna look over at Perosha. He says, "Don't worry, elves are humans now." You notice that Perosha actually has like a little point on his ears.
I was going to mention that earlier, but I didn't get a chance. I was
Yeah,
going to like make a specific thing about it, like, hey, here's ears, so they're pointy.
yeah.
Um,
The dwarves, the gnomes, the elves, and then he just kind of sighs. The Varkalak, they are humans.
After she
Did
leaves the meeting with the cult of the machine,
Mm-hmm.
I will try to find out from what's the priest's name again?
Rosha?
Perosha.
Rosha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the mayor, what their
Yeah.
thoughts are. Try to be as candid as possible. What they feel about this, the plans of the priest in there.
All right. So
I can roll persuasion or whatever if you need me to. Or
Bones is gonna sort of nod to head over to the jail section, and
okay,
Perosha will nod with him. So they'll go talk with you.
but not here.
Yeah, they don't want to be within earshot.
Right.
That's always a good sign.
Yep. All right. So I'll move you guys on over. All right. Cool deal. All right. So, yep. When you get there, Bones is gonna be like, "So, you wanted to talk?"
I'm just curious about your thoughts.
What the hell over?
Well, Bones is just gonna sigh and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, I don't know. Still better than the vampires. At least the church doesn't want to eat us, and you know, they do want to provide for the education. Believe it or not, Miss Maxine, I'm not as cruel as you might think. It's just we lived under the nobility for so long, and their methods of doing things are quite brutal."
So I have myself learned.
Mm-hmm. The combat witches are not even nearly as bad as how a noble would treat you. They'll just take the children, they'll take whoever, any words, just torture. Like, they work under this economy of power. And he's going to look at Peroshan and be like, no offense. The church works under a similar method, but at the same time still has a method of morality that you can work with. The vampires don't. It's only power.
You're
You gonna say something, Radek?
unless you're cold blooded or not one of the church yet, right? They'll take over your town, but it's okay because they're not chewing on them; they're just eating the town itself.
Well, I mean, you got to consider that the vampires would take our young and feed them to like their favored lizard-born. Not a lot of
I would
goodwill there.
I would cast silence here
Hmm.
to help even further block out any any communication from reaching the guy there.
Yeah, you can do that.
Um,
Reaching somebody else or reaching Josephine?
well, just try to block our maybe if he could hear our conversation, this will put like a wall of silence between us.
Because when Josephina hears, eat the babies, I want to dissolve. I cannot believe they eat the babies.
Bones is just
What?
gonna nod as like it's like you don't understand. They literally treated us like cattle. We
Well, I
existed
don't want
so
to
that.
cast it. I don't want to cast it on him
Mhm.
because then he'll realize that something's gone wrong.
All right.
He can't hear himself. Basically, I'm putting basically a zone of silence. Maybe it'll block our voices from reaching him.
All right. So we got a zone of
Like
silence.
kind of like that. Yeah.
All right. Cool deal. All right. So he
Is
won't
it
be
a big
able to.
old plexiglass cone that drops down over everybody?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not
Right.
rolling. I'm not rolling well tonight.
But that's enough. And plus,
Yeah.
you got a wall in the way, so he's not going to.
Performance.
Out of character, how much of the town is mixed? Like with the like, how many people are about to get kicked out of their home?
Roll me a d20. 18.
Ooh.
So 18 people. Roll me 3d6. Five of them are going to be goblins. Five are going to be serpent folks, and two of them are going to be Rakshasans.
Have the
And
kitties. Kitties are nice.
of these
Five
citizens,
goblins, five
are
what?
they five goblins? It was five
Hmm.
lizard folk or serpent folk,
Yep.
and two Rakshasa.
Right.
Two sessions.
One of the goblins actually runs like is the blacksmith,
Oh yeah.
and Bones likes him. They're drinking buddies, so he's not happy about that.
Are all of these good and proper citizens?
Well, a couple. It's a mixed bag. I mean, you know, Tommy down in the Tommy, our blacksmith, he's all right. He's just gonna sort of sigh and look off. It's like you got good people and you got bad people in all groups, and frankly, he's just gonna look around and he's be like, if you could just make sure that the lizard people, the lizard folk, got out without anybody taking a weregild against them, I'd be happy with that because there were some problems.
Hmm.
Yeah. The goblins are all right. I mean, to be honest with you, like we've had goblins attack, but the people who live here, they've never really caused us any problems. If
And
anything, they've
with the witches incursion recently, you've had humans attack.
yes, and they've
Exactly.
brought goblins with them. So
If what's to be done if the citizens resist?
it's a very delicate matter. Technically, we're supposed to arrest them and send them out. I don't want to do that. I'd like to relocate them if possible.
The character, is there someplace nearby that they would know of that would be even remotely freaking acceptable, or is this, you know, escort him to the edge of town and, keep walking.
Ferocious gonna look over. It's like, well, we have like 3 months to find them a new place. Father Gears won't just kick them out immediately, but. And Bones is gonna be like, there's another town up in the Piedmont region, a place called Palisades. That's where you get into like worm territory. So I think they'll be okay there. But yeah, I don't like this. I feel a little bit.
Well, if some of the human citizens try to assist their friends.
Perosha's just gonna look down and be like, well, they'd be treated like criminals.
I promised you when I came to this village that I would follow the laws of your land, but it's becoming difficult.
Bones is gonna look over. He's just gonna lean over the table. It's like, ma'am, I've been the mayor for a very long time. I assure you, the laws in this land and the laws in any other land are difficult in war, especially in a border town. You have the expectations of people that maintain a certain level of power and a certain lack of reality. We have to make it happen. And believe it or not getting eaten is one of my primary concerns, not just for myself, but for the children who are tender and delicious.
Radek looks at the map, wondering how easy it would be to move his entire workshop.
Shouldn't be too hard.
He turns to Bones, or to the others, and so 3 months, and it's gonna be all the church's turf, right?
Well, it depends on how the war goes. If the vampires mount an assault, they could come on through, but there's a good chance they could just kill everybody, even the people that are being excluded.
Which is a chance, anyways, right?
Mm-hmm. Trust me, you don't want the vampires to reclaim this area. Bones is going to look over and it's like, believe it or not, the church is just the lesser of two evils in this scenario.
Radek does some mental arithmetic and how much of lesser.
Yep. Okay. Alright. What are we pinging?
Oh, I'm just sorry. Nothing in particular.
Okay.
Well then, would you like us to have on hand when you make the have us on hand when you make the announcement?
To be honest, we want to go ahead and contact the people, the Fantastics, and go ahead and let them know beforehand so they can be on guard. And we've already informed the local police that they're not to harass them or not to allow them to be harassed. They have to be given time to extricate.
I see. Of course.
One thing that we could do is there's a druid grove not too far from here. We might be able to convince the druids to let them stay and to help them in the passage. The vampires don't mess with the druids so much. In fact, they're a little bit afraid of them for some odd reason.
Perhaps it has to do with a steady supply of wooden stakes.
Yeah, and also the ability to summon them out of the ground. Quite beautiful. He's gonna laugh at that.
I would be willing to comprise part of a delegation to speak with the druids.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, if you want to go that route, um, one of the guards is gonna come in and it's gonna be like, "Sir, sir, sorry to interrupt." It's gonna be like, "What is it?" It's like, "Lady Sage of the local groves is here. There seems to be some kind of problem over there with the druid grove." Bones is just gonna roll his eyes and be like, "Of course. Maxime, would you take your people and see what's happening? I think that this has already brought to bear fruits of this endeavor."
Well, and he does a proper curtsy, and Mark makes her way out.
Mm-hmm.
Greg just kind of. Here we go. All right, folks, time to get kicked out of your home because, he's grumbling this to Maxine as they walk out.
Yeah. I I worked in the Lord's Manor for a good many years, helping with their children. I've seen this very thing play out many times from the opposite end. Never dawned on me back then how traumatic it could be for those who experience it. It was just something that was done.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm sure those in the church who made this order feel that way as well.
Okay. As you go outside, you'll be greeted by a woman who's in like a sort of black body glove. She's got bare feet. She's got like a crown. Like they look like antlers, but they're like tree branches with flowers. And she's got this cloak of leaves and vines. And the the guard will introduce you to her and says, "The Lady Sage of the local groves, Princess in a manner." And then he'll bow and just go back into the office. All right. It's like, and she's gonna look at you as like, "Are you the local protectors?"
We are. My name is Maxime.
"Oh, Maxine,
This is my companion Radek
there's
and young Master Paradiso."
there's something terrible afoot.
What's happened?
Something's happened to the grove, to the sacred trees, and even to my brothers and sisters. I've had to come here because I don't know what's going on, but some evil has crept into their soul and is polluting them."
Type of blight, perhaps?
Much worse than that. I don't even believe that it's from nature. It seems incongruent.
This year is confused. When she says there's evil afoot, he starts looking at his own feet and her feet, and she says something is ruined their soul. And he's like, he picks up his foot, looks at the bottom of the shoe. He's like, "What is wrong with the soles of the shoes? I don't understand."
Take us to your grove. We'll see what we can do.
Hmm. Before you do that, you start to hear the sound of like panic and screaming, and
Uh-oh.
all of a sudden you see these sort of like emaciated, sort of yellowed bodies, and they're carrying these gnarled sort of oaken branches. They look like perversions of what Sage has with her. And then you sort of see these skeleton faces with antlers coming down off of them. And they're accompanied by this sort of living topography. It's a deer, but it's a deer made out of leaves and vines, and so on and so forth. And you also see a bunch of like giant rats that are running around attacking people. So I'm going to need everybody who's not immune to fear to give me a fear check.
Right. Can you post the first one again?
You know,
It's not spirit check or
There you go.
yeah,
a willpower check. What is that?
it's a spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the guy that's coming at you. All right.
I made a 5. So a success if I don't have any penalties.
All right. No penalties. Like these are just regular. All players.
So
Two cards to turn order.
I take it these are not allies of yours.
It's like she's like, no, they're suffering from the corruption.
This is awful.
Mm-hmm.
They absorb it through their feet with the bad souls.
Eddie.
Right. Okay.
Careful where you step. It apparently there is evil all about.
Sage is going to nod and be like, yes, I think you are right. These things are horrible.
Make sure you keep your shoes on.
All right. So I got a question. Does anybody want to run Sage, or does anybody want to run the Machine Cleric?
No, I think we should just get like tore up.
Hmm?
I think we should just get beat up.
You just want him to get beat up?
I mean, we don't have any needle thugs, right? Like nobody else in the party is ready to take a beat.
I was expecting that Phil would be here by now.
Yeah, me too.
Ah,
All right.
What's Phil playing?
I guess I could run Sage.
Okay. So if you go in the drop down menu, we will go here. And
Under-
can be edited and control all players. And let's show to players.
Alrighty.
that what's her name?
Hmm?
From Avengers, whatever.
No, I took a lot of different pieces to make this one. It's not Scarlett Johansson.
There you go. That's
Oh, it looks like her.
Looks a little bit like her. All right.
Yeah.
But you have access to her sheet. She is a Techno Druid, and she is a higher level Techno Druid. Anders, do you have the ability to roll?
No.
You don't. Okay.
I mean, I will in about 5 minutes. But right now, I'm driving.
Alrighty. Alright, so you got Sage. And also, Erica, one part about Sage is that her armor is also a it's a plant stag,
Right.
and that is Sniffler is her plant stag. Here's the thing: if you use Sniffler, she loses her armor bonus.
Right. Yep.
So you have to choose between the armor or the animal.
I guess it comes off of her and
Yeah,
forms the creature. Yeah.
Yeah, she's wearing him.
Okay.
Right.
It's very nice.
Mm-hmm. Let me go ahead and let's see.
Now these are her like her brothers and sisters and allies and stuff like that. So I figure she wouldn't want these killed, or is this something that they're
undead? Their misery.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're corrupted. Like they are not her friend.
Unrecoverable,
Yeah.
basically.
Can I,
Okay.
can I
All
make
right.
a whole knowledge roll on them?
Yes. You have a cult, right?
Yeah, I have a D10.
All right. Yeah, you can do that.
It was a prerequisite for one of the other abilities I had.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so go ahead and do that.
All right. Well, I've got the Ace of Hearts, so technically Sage goes first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do the matter control plants.
All righty.
All right. She doesn't. Does she have any? Okay, so it's just the basic power. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the gear priest if nobody else wants it.
You can take him. He's a pretty good fighter. Let me go to Father
All right.
Giles.
So she can do a medium blast template.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, moss and lichen grows up between all the cracks in the cobblestones there, and grass from the surrounding area just kind of grow up and engulf these beings. I am doing the damage effect,
Okay.
which is anyone at the field at the end of my turn suffers 2d6 damage um, as the grasses rip and tear at them, etc.
Alrighty. That works. Bruce, do you see the token form?
Yep.
Alright. Okay, so you can move him around. He'll be up in his office. And Anders, with
Yeah.
the with the occult knowledge roll you made, you know that
Okay.
these guys are corrupted. Like they have a techno blight. They're dead. Like what has happened is the techno blight has gone in and just scrambled their eggs and is puppeting their body. It's like they're cordyceps, but they still have access to their powers.
So I roll. Do you want me to roll damage for each individual target, or just take the one roll for all of them?
Take one roll for all of them.
Okay, be 10 damage.
10 damage. Let's take a look.
Sage is really wearing that bodysuit.
Yeah, she's
Right.
she really is. All right, so where
In an
is
American movie.
Hmm?
She must be in an American movie.
There you go.
well where is my
Yeah, I gotta find her on Doctor Who.
where is my druid?
Anyway.
Son of a basket weaver. All right, there we go. It's in the wrong folder. Okay, how much damage did you do?
10.
My machine is running super slow for some odd reason.
But it's the machine!
Yeah, I know, right? That whole back and forth banter, apparently it got offended. It's like, how dare you not accept my purification?
Real quick, is the cleric on Radix turn, or
Cleric's
should he
on.
be in turn order? Okay, cool.
Yeah, he'll go on your turn.
Cool.
Next time around, Sage will go on Maxine's turn. So, alright. I'm just waiting for my thing to catch up. Okay.
I was at an airport the other day, and they had this whole gaming center in the airport. You could rent by the hour and go play on like massive computers with like gaming chairs. And,
Nice.
All
right.
right.
Sorry, I was just waiting for you to finish.
No, you're good. You're good. Um, they have a toughness of 5, and since you got 10, that will take them out. Good deal. No, you're good. They use the base Techno Druid. Like, they don't have anything special. Guys, my roll 20 is slowed down to a crawl on me.
Friday, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the plant stag is 6, so yeah, you're going to take them out too. I believe Sage has already removed, in one turn, half the combatants. So Techno Druids are no joke. Okay. Now it's these guys' turn, and they are just going to do the exact same thing, provided they make the roll. They have matter control for plant. They don't have the same power level. They have their minions, so they only have 5. Whereas Sage has 15, but they got an 8. Okay. So, yeah, 2d6. $12. Does that do anything to anybody?
Oh yeah.
Alright. What happens?
Well, I take a wound.
Okay.
Maxime takes a wound.
Alright.
And Sage is shaken.
Okay.
And Maxime is going to spend a Benny to unshake. Bloop.
Buratino, you're intangible, so a bunch of like weeds and thorns will grow up around you and not do anything.
Oh dear, I will spend another Benny to soak. There we go.
Alrighty. Okay, so that was the one guy. Alright. And now he's going to send his plant stag to attack. And the plant stag is going to run up and attack Sage.
Attic needs to soak as well.
Alrighty.
And his bodyguard just gets mollywopped.
Alrighty. So, Clanger gonna clang. I think Radek is doing pretty good there.
Alright.
Alright. Okay. Plant stag attacking. 12. So that's gonna hit with a raise. And then we get a d6 for the damage. So 11 points of damage on Sage.
Well, shaken, that would shake her into a wound, so I'm going to spend one of her bennies.
Mm-hmm.
And soak. Easily.
Alright. Does pretty good.
Yep.
Alright. Second corrupted druid is going to do the same thing as the other. They're going to try and hit you with more of these plant attacks. Five. Will that do anything to anybody?
No.
No.
Alright.
I thought we beat those two guys.
These guys down here.
Oh,
Yeah, but these guys over
there's
here.
two on the right.
Oh, I didn't see them. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Gotcha.
Yeah, they did a pincer attack. There are actually like more of them because there's rats. Like,
That's true. No one's even tried to. No one's even bothered with them yet.
not yet. Nope. Okay.
I'm
Does anybody 5 do anything to anybody?
no.
Nope.
Like, what do you mean? How do you think the
5 damage.
what are they using damage?
Oh, they're using like you don't have to worry about it because they're actually using like thorns, like corrupted thorn brushes are coming up out of the ground after you guys and like ripping at you.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay. Hold on a second, folks. I'll be right back.
Hmm?
Right. Good times. All right. Can we call Anna? The guards. Oh shit! There's more to the north. Oh
Oh, you're talking about up there in that yellow bar?
no! I didn't see those two over
Alright.
here.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Yeah, yeah. Up here, those are just like
No,
a staging area. Those aren't.
Yeah.
no, these two.
No.
I don't see. I don't see anything there.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
Those are the little sand area. That's for tokens. So I
yeah.
don't.
He's saying that there's two like right here. I don't see them.
There was. They just moved.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
okay. That's weird.
Let me check. Like.
So yeah, we're
Right.
at 20. You know.
It's getting all crazy on us. All right. So that guy
Yeah.
did his turn, and like now it's time for his plant stag, and his plant stag is gonna run over, and also is going to attack Sage, and is gonna get a gang up bonus. Will a 5 hit her?
My parry is 5.
So that will hit her, but not with a
Mhm.
raise.
Right.
An 11.
That's another shaken.
All right. Okay.
So I soaked the last shaken wound, so that left me unshaken. So I'm just shaken again.
All right. Buratino. This pretty lady from outside of town just keeps getting attacked by these weird plant creatures. What would you like to do?
I would like to go and help her by aiding her, uh, and I can do that through either distracting the people that are trying to mess with her, or by at least taking away the gang up bonus.
Okay. However do you like
So
to
I
do
will.
that?
Do I think they would be susceptible to the stun power?
Yes, they would.
Then I will. I will go up there. So that one, they lose the gang up bonus, and then two, I will stun them before I walk up there.
Okay.
And let's see. So I need to roll hacking, but I know again the character sheet wants me to use spellcasting, so I'm gonna use spellcasting, but that is actually a hacking roll.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, and I use the stun power on the target that's been attacking her. Let's make a vigor roll at -2 with a raise. Well, I'm pretty sure I got a raise. Or be stunned.
Are you permanently intangible?
Yes.
They must make a vigor roll at -2.
Yeah. That's why I didn't shake anybody's hand earlier.
Right. Come on, go through. 7. So yeah, looks like they're gonna make it.
Oh, I still went to the game bonus.
Yeah, they don't get that, which is good. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
No, I'm gonna stay there so they don't get the game bonus and give moral support.
Mm-hmm.
You got this, pretty lady.
Okay. Radic, it is your go, and you should be able to move the machine cleric if you wanted.
Okie doke. Yeah, the cleric's gonna rush out first at the one. Come on. Oh. Don't have it on the measuring tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About I am the machine, and he's gonna swing at
The whole
the
thing,
first
hasn't
clerk.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And yeah, have strength plus 2d6. Oh wait, strength plus 3d6. What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's got the club, and then
Okay,
he's
cool.
got the points in melee attack. Like, he started out as an organic, but he's become a construct as a result of his dedication to the church.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just gonna go ahead and drop the hammer on this guy,
Mm-hmm.
get in their face.
He's going to show them how they do it back at the coast.
Right. And whiff.
Swing and a miss. They have a parry of 5. He has bennies if you'd like to spend some.
I'll go ahead and spend one of his bennies.
Okay.
Where is the marker for bennies for him?
You can just, if you want to, put it down in stash.
Hey, I think I need to make a focused roll to become tangible to cast my spell.
Do you have to do that? I'm just going to let...
Yeah.
Is that part of your modifier?
Yeah.
Permanently intangible, he can't affect the physical world.
Okay.
Yeah. So but I can make a focus check to try to become tangible for a second.
Yeah.
While I release the spell, and then I immediately go intangible again. It says that if enemies are aware,
Mm-hmm.
they can wait for me. They can like hold their initiative and wait for me to phase in, and then try attack while I'm phased in.
I gotcha.
But they have to be like kind of aware of that. Like they wouldn't be able to.
And energy attacks affect you normally.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Roost, that's a dupe roll. Go ahead and roll again.
I guess this one doesn't matter because it didn't affect them anyway. But
yeah,
in the future.
There you go.
All right. That is going to connect. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
The machine.
Model of a modern major general.
14 damage. These guys have a toughness of 5. Machining. Father Gears, tell us what you do to this heathen.
Obviously, the corruption has been smashed back to whatever uh, heresy spawned this demonic corruption. And he just brings down the club.
Alright. If you didn't.
Screaming at the other one next to him.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and say that what happens is if you bring it down, you're going to shatter the bone mask that he's wearing, and then the antlers will fall away. And underneath, you'll see a bunch of writhing black goo and vines um, where regular human flesh should be. It's like muck and murk down in there, and it lets off this awful smell. But he falls over dead, and it's Radek's turn.
And what was it? Releasing
Black goo, like
black goo.
yeah, like there's murk under there. It's like this horrible rotten decay. It's like there's a dead animal. It's pitch black and like wiry.
Right? That gets Rag's attention. Ooh, I need to grab some of that right there.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll go ahead and since the gear priest is over there playing whack-a-mole,
Mm-hmm.
he'll look over and see the Uber delivery, food delivery that Audrey ordered, I guess. Since Audrey had just asked for giant rats, he'll go ahead and
Yeah.
drop some a blast on it with lingering damage
Mm.
and extra power.
All right. So that's gonna be 3d6.
Right, I have to cast it first, though, right?
Yeah.
So it's +2 for damage, plus +2 for lingering damage. So 4, 9. Seven.
7 will hit. All right.
Tempted, but can't do that without capping, so I'll go ahead and take that.
Okay.
So blast, lingering, 36. All right. Oh, I guess didn't need it.
17. And you turn these little rats into meat paste. Like, they just explode.
Would you like some rat pudding?
Mm-hmm.
I can't make rat on a stick now.
Right?
You cannot. You cannot. Oh.
Great. I'm going to need attendance with sponges.
You're going to need attendance with a bag of tortilla shells after that kind of damage.
Ew.
Or
Yes.
a straw?
Rat
Right.
nachos.
Well,
And he will get out of the way, and he's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to look at the guards. What are you waiting for?
they look back at you and it's like, well, kind of look like you had this one handled.
Right.
Was it Was it the 8-year-old child that gave it away?
You're, like that. You're the protector. This is
like,
just my two. This is just my 2 weekends a month.
Well, it's like, no. I mean, like, we're more of a opportunist. Like, that being said, does anybody want to run a Yowman to like operate? Because right now Erica's running Sage, and
Okay.
Roos, you're running Father Gears. So
I think we're doing pretty good at the moment.
yeah, I mean,
So,
yeah,
maybe the guards are just trying to keep the townsfolk back and
Yeah.
stuff like that, or just running interference or something.
they're doing crowd control. It's like one of them pulls out like this like bag. And it's like, don't worry, Mister Rabbit. We'll go ahead and scoop up them rats for you.
good man.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Maxime, your go.
This is just not done. So I'm going to move up here and try to move Master Paradiso out of the way and realize that she can't.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that she's going to have to take. She's going to take note of and talk to him about later.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to keep the child out of danger, she is going to do stun on this one.
Okay.
Would that be a multi-action penalty because of trying to grab the kid and get him out of the way, or?
I'll say it's a free action.
Okay.
Right.
Oh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So that's a level of fatigue.
Or it is a ranged attack, so if you want it to, I guess it could be innocent bystander.
Well, which I don't know.
I could stun Shade or.
Yeah.
It's a physical attack. I mean, I don't think it would affect Giuseppe. So.
All right.
I'll do whichever. You're the DM. Your choice: level of fatigue, or I hit Sage.
As an arc of electricity, it would hit me if it needed to.
That's true.
Right.
All right. Well, Sage is the target, so we're gonna say that.
Well, yeah, and Giuseppe or Giuseppino has he has great luck.
All right.
So.
Well, okay. So since that's the case, we'll say Buratino, and she was targeting the one across from you. Go ahead and roll to resist being stunned.
It's a scare check.
Mm-hmm.
It's at -2 because I'm strong.
Yeah. She has the power.
I've got the strong modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's like...
Stun? What stun?
You feel the power growing within you. Oh, my goodness.
Right. Good Lord.
Uh-huh. All right, so you're pretty...
So that's a total of 31? I think you're okay.
Yeah, I would say that is pretty impressive. Okay.
It's 5 6s and a 3.
All right, so, and we remove Sage from turn order because she will go on Maxine's turn.
Sure. That helps.
All players.
Guess you can remove the rats too. Well, unless there's more rats.
Red Joker.
Woo!
There we go.
All right, and that's pretty good because that means that Sage is also going to benefit from that Red Joker because she's going on your turn.
Yep.
Nice.
I will try my tactic again and try to stun the creature in front of me.
Okay.
Buratino flinch, like move to the side a little bit.
Well, I'm gonna spend that.
Please,
I'm gonna spend that Benny I just took.
Mm-hmm.
I would never think of hurting you. But you're putting yourself unnecessarily in danger. Oh gosh. I miss. Well, it's a 5. Actually, yeah, that would be a 5.
Yep. So you'll get it.
Oh, there you go.
I guess that would hit. So.
All right.
It has to make a vigor roll at -2.
-2. You see the animal just sort of like roll over and be like, "Arr!" and it sort of fritzes out.
All right.
Convulsive on the ground.
Yeah, it starts convulsing. Okay.
I'm going to do a multi-action penalty with Sage.
Mm-hmm.
I will cast Smite on my Oaken Staff
Yep.
and then try to hit. So,
And remember, she benefits from the red joker too.
yeah, spin that Benny I just got.
Okay.
Oh yeah, huh?
Man, I am not rolling tonight.
You got like with the red joker, you got a 6 with one of them.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I keep forgetting about that. So, yeah, -2 for the multi-action, +2 for the Joker.
So
So that'll be a 6. That'll cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
And I will attack at -2 +2. So, oh, that's just damage. Hang on. Let me fix that. Attack and damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's strength plus 2d6?
Yep.
Or 1d6 for a staff. It's a staff. It's just 1d6.
Yeah.
It's 1d6. Will a 4 hit?
They have a parry of 6.
And you have a 6 because of the.
That's true.
Joker,
Well,
right?
no, and I have a -2 because of multi-action penalty.
Okay.
Yeah, but is there any
All
kind
right.
of gang up bonus?
I'll get a +1 from Jespino or Bertino.
Mm-hmm.
So that's only going to be a 5. That's not going to hit. I will spend that Benny anyway. Too.
Okay.
There we go.
7.
An 8.
All right, so that will hit. Just not with a raise.
8 +4 damage.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, +2 damage for the smite. That's going to be 10 damage.
+4 damage, +2 because of the red joker, +2 because of the smite.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be 12, right?
Yes.
All right, and which one were you hitting?
This one.
He is done for. Would you like to narrate what you do?
Yeah, she passes her hand over her oak staff, and it grows all sorts of like sharp angles and spikes and stuff like that. And then she just kind of swings it around and takes it across the head, and apologizes to it quietly. Says that you deserve better than this, my brother of the woodland.
Mm.
And she puts it down.
All right. Take a Benny for that.
Okay.
For Sage, for the apology.
You deserve so much better.
Okay. Radek.
Yeah, right. Well, first the
Brilliant.
oh, range.
Come let him out.
So, first the machine cleric will step over and, do the same thing to the other corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Attack.
7 will hit. These guys have a parry of 5. 30 damage. You just did 30 damage on this guy. Yeah. I love how, like, pretty much he just walks outside and he just knocks the crap out of him.
Radek really thinks it's time to move now.
It's like, yeah, I was gonna show this guy he came to the wrong neighborhood, and then I was like, I'm in the wrong neighborhood. They used to call him Crazy Joe, now they call him Batman. Would you like to describe?
Well, I mean, if we're using the 4-color combat from the Superpowers companion, there is knockback.
Yeah, Radek, keeping that in knowledge that there is knockback and all that jazz. Would you describe how Father Gears deals with heresy?
Obviously, heresy cannot stand, and he's gonna go ahead and just splash the second one all across the wall.
Mm-hmm.
that black goo. He didn't like the corruption and decomp
Mm-hmm.
and still screaming about heresy. Winds up and just, that blood spatter pattern
Mm-hmm.
just all across the wall in front of the building he came out of.
All right. So yeah,
So he just,
there is like bone and tar just splattered across the street. It goes in an overarching pattern. And this guy is no more. He has ceased to be. With the corrupted gone, everybody make a notice check. Radic, you see that since all of the corrupted druids are now gone, the plant stag that was just sort of like snaps out of it and then takes a few steps and burrows into the ground. It's been released from the corruption's hold. All right, and that is combat. You guys are free to move around if you'd like.
yeah,
Uh, were you injured, Master Paradiso? Are you well?
I am fine, Signora.
What is the condition of your physical form? I've never met anyone quite like you.
My father, he says that I was born this way, but that he would make me a body soon.
I see. You're a spirit.
I do not know what you would call me. I am not dead.
We can certainly find that out.
My father, he said I was the answer to many blessings and prayers.
Audrey is going to be really happy.
Mm-hmm.
Them some mighty big rats. You got any more of those? that voice for Audrey was amazing, Dustin.
Well, thank you
oh
very,
yeah,
thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
You're awful kind.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
yeah. Audrey's got to become a recurring character there. Just one guard, two attendants. There you go. Oh yeah.
yep. Basically, I'll go around. Sage and Maxime will both go around looking to see if anyone was hurt, because we each have some ability to heal.
Right.
She does it with magic. I do it with the skill.
The great thing about the guards is they didn't necessarily help during a fight, but they did usher the villagers to safety. So they worked on
Right.
crowd control. Nobody was hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, bodyguard.
I'd say they're more for mass combat situations as opposed to incursions like this.
Mm-hmm. You wanted a bodyguard, right? Not an attendant.
Two attendants and a bodyguard. Two
att-
different castings.
Gotcha. Okay.
That could be just theater in mind. He's just gonna drag rats off to Audrey.
Yeah.
As the attendants, break out the buckets and start scraping up all the goo and junk. Radix just gonna be over here, I don't know, like freaking, one of those dumpster pokers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And
yeah.
he's just picking through the remains, ooh, that's a good piece right there.
Yep.
And looking for any shinies, any big pieces he can use for recycling, but mostly just clean it up.
Alrighty. And we will give you the bodyguard right there.
We
Be able to move him around if you want to. Okay.
Now is he strong enough to pick up both rats?
Yeah, I think he is.
All right, so he'll just grab each tail and start dragging it off towards Audrey.
Mm-hmm. All right. Father Gears is going to look down and he's going to like wipe his finger on the corruption, the blight, and he's just going to sigh. He's going to be like, "It is so sad to see that such corruption is here. The people of Hazelcrest, they deserve much better than this." He's going to look over at Sage and he's going to give a polite bow. He says, "My apologies for your loss, madame. Maybe we can assist you in cleaning up further of the mess."
We need to find out what's happened to the grove.
This is not normally the affairs of the church, but it could spill over into what is happening here with the town. If you don't mind, normally I would stay here, but I would like to come with you and assist. He's going to crack his knuckles in the purification process.
Would that be out of the ordinary for one of these techno druids to assist his assistants?
It'd be a little bit out of the ordinary, but he's really more concerned with ending the corruption. Like, the druids don't really attack the church. They don't have a history. Like, they just keep to themselves
Yeah.
in the woods.
Right.
Whereas a corruption will attack them, you know?
Right.
When he says that, Puratina has like a little shiver, like it scares him.
What? Whoa. When he says what?
That he wants to assist in the what do you say?
Purification.
Purification. That sounds a little bit like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that might go a little too far the wrong way. Wait, don't let me get on the wrong side of the church. Jeez.
Oh, trust me, my young friend. I am much more pleasant than the Inquisitors. I just want to strengthen the people. They want to find the evil and end it.
Yeah, he only gives the thumb screws 2 twists instead of 3.
Mm-hmm. 1.5. I'm very generous. Alright, so you guys will be able to bring Father Gears with you if you'd like.
Yeah. I'll accept your help, but the grove is the domain of the druids.
The town is the domain of the church. We will keep these boundaries, and we will respect one another.
Okay.
Alright.
Lead on. It's already 10 o'clock. If you wanted to, I don't know how long we're supposed to run till.
Well, it's 3 hours, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking that we can go ahead and end it here, and that'll give our other members a chance to catch up with us when they get back.
Yeah, it'd be easier to bring them along.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Very fun. I enjoyed it.
I did too. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you for running.
Yeah.
Thank you.